Hello, y'all. It's 11:27 p.m. So this is my last video for tonight. So my brand new dress ruined already. This is an ice cream stain that I didn't even realize until a long time after I got done eating. And so these are stains on my dress from with my OCD, when you go to places like Family Dollar, Dollar General and stuff like that, even fake Walmart, those kinds of stores have dirty counters, or sometimes they might have dirty shelves. Even at Dollar Tree sometimes. But I felt uncomfortable and sprayed down the bottom side of my pack of toilet paper, and some of the paint from the packaging got on my dress. But it's all right. What the hell, But this dress is all orange, all this color. So I can't even really say everything that happened at the office this morning, but I will say that they had this lady, I guess she was new, and like me last month, today she was new and just came in town, and she was there before I got there. And when I try to get things together to pay my rent, to stay here another month, she had the Coke can is red. So then she started tapping on the Coke can. And I tried to ask her if she can stop, and she looked at me like I was really crazy. This happens like when people act like they're trying to do business or pay rent or whatever. They do, like so-called residents of whatever, or guests. They do this just about each and every time I try to go to the front office. So it seems like that. I mean, that's very cruel to somebody with a hypersensitive ear condition, plus Tourette's on top of that, and making my Tourette's worse. Trying to provoke and antagonize people. For what? You don't have to do that. It's unnecessary. So, ever since I came here, everywhere I go out in public, they have these perps that want to be tapping, beating, or drumming on stuff. So when I just came, I was trying to say that when I just came from the 7-Eleven, it was a young white boy with dirty hands, and he was the cashier. And the moment that I walked over to pay for my food and stuff, he started like using his knuckles to beat and drum on the on a metal counter. And then I asked him to stop, and he ignored the shit out of me and kept doing it. And then after I walked off, before walking out of the door, that's when he stopped. And this is one of the reasons why I cannot have a job, and one of the reasons why I can't work. Because that will be part of the workplace mobbing. Like in January, I had to deal with fake perp co-workers with that seasonal job. at the bookstore at UWF campus, and they kept on, clicking their pens. But I have to deal with people trying to order me around and tell me what to do. And they make it like I have to obey them. But if I tell a perp not to do this because it hurts my ears or it does this, then they'll say that your medical condition is not my problem. Well, you don't have to do that. You don't. You're wicked. So, I can't even say everything that happened at the office because of the online perps. So I can't even publicly say everything. But I'll just say that part, with the lady with the Coke can. And then after like my second time or third time, she pretended to be fake friendly. And she was leaving out of the door before me. And then she pretended to be fake nice and fake friendly. And she didn't even hold the doggone door open. I was walking right behind her. But yeah, I mean, as I said, it's like this town is too small for just about everybody I encountered is a perp. So that green car, at first I thought that was a perp that didn't stay here because I was brand new. And I'm like, oh great. When the moment I walk out of my house, what y'all saw this morning with the green older Honda Civic, they did that to me. I think it was my second day here. So, how is it that all your neighbors is fucking perps? Every damn body. Everybody I encounter. And they can hide behind being fake nice or pretending to be Christian all they want. They be doing some perp stuff, So, so I had to go back like 2 or 3 different times to, otherwise I would have had less amount of videos. But I'm gonna say excuse me for so many videos today. So, as I said, I don't have really any support. I'm by myself with no family. And, y'all think I'm paranoid, nuts, crazy, or whatever. But if they have creepy, weirdo perps that's, acting like they want to sex traffic me and then nobody believes it, I'm doing this for my safety and security and to help ease my anxiety rather than being forced to hold all my feelings in. But they want to try to bully and scare me into silence and submission and obedience to not report the abuse or the gang stalking activities that's been happening to me. And for me to not be able to get to have a car and driving and stuff like that, and y'all try to lie and say that I'm not mentally capable, and that's a sensitive spot for me, that's even more triggering. I've seen all the crimes y'all do in your cars, and y'all think that me just having keys to the car is a crime. if you hear about gang stalkers deliberately and intentionally trying to run targets off the road, they hit targets with their car and do, so how y'all say that I shouldn't be allowed to drive a car? And if a person said that they're a targeted individual, and then they defend and agree with the perps saying that they don't think I should be driving. You don't even know me. Or talking about God doesn't want you with the car. You don't want me with, you narcissistically don't want me with the car, and you are a charlatan and a false prophet thinking that you got the authority to speak on what you think is of God's behalf. So it's really rough out here, and it's like, it makes me more depressed of people dismissing my cries for help and for the truth to be heard. So, the idea of what people do to targeted individuals, certain professed targeted individuals, if they will say that if they leave the house with no phone, then the gang stalking is less. I had absolutely no phone in my possession for a while. I think it was 1 or 2 weeks I didn't have a phone. And the gang stalking was extremely bad. It was worse. And so in the middle of the night, well, let's see, last night, I tried to go to sleep before midnight or about midnight and could not sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. So at first my mind tricked me into thinking I was about to go to sleep and sleep very good, but my anxiety was really high and I couldn't sleep. So then I think I did do a video. And after the video, it was about before 1:45 in the morning. Or was it 2:45? It was 1:30 or 2:30. I don't remember if it was 1:30 or 2:30, but it was almost 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was wondering, what's that beating and banging? And I thought, I'm like, I hope ain't no weird ass perps on my doorstep this time of morning. Well, come to find out, it was just very wind. I guess maybe tornado windy, and I thought I heard it was supposed to be raining and stuff like that. I thought it was supposed to be raining, but it didn't rain. But it was cool outside, not cold, but cool, and extremely windy. So I went to sleep. Then I woke up. Probably was 8 o'clock, but I think it was 8:30 when I got out. It was a little bit after 8:30 when I got out of bed and went to use the bathroom and then go check my phone. And before anything, I think I may have fooled around on my phone a little bit, checking social media messages, updates, whatever. And then I got fully dressed and went to go pay the rent. And I mean, I can't tell every single detail publicly about, everything. But, I'm thankful and glad to get to stay here another month. I know they looked at me like I was crazy. I thought I was wondering why I asked such a question. I said, well, is it okay if I get to stay here another month? Because I'm sitting here bracing myself. Oh shit! Am I about to be told I can't stay here no more because of what the fake Darnell Williams perp threatening about me? So, he came on my Twitter with another fake new account after being blocked. And I mean, as I said, how you going to talk about people violating terms of service when you you're breaking every fucking rule of the internet. You're breaking every rule of the internet and being fake self-righteous about me violating terms of service. So, my ear is itching so bad. So, so then, he came and made more harassing comments on Twitter. And, I had to block him again. And he said something about, he was making more harassing threats about making me back homeless again. But I had been praying, and I had been praying like a lot. Maybe not as much as I should, but more often lately I have been praying and praying, to not be back on the streets, because even if it weren't for the rain, the wind would have been too dangerous last night or in the middle of the night. So these people don't have a conscience. They do not care. And they don't care that, like even when I would be in Pensacola and homeless on the streets, and my phone would alert me about dangerous weather, and y'all fake holler and talk about that I'm trying to scam for a free hotel, scam for hotel room money. Y'all wanted me to die out there on the streets. And then I've caught the same perps lying and saying that Candy wants to be homeless. Candy, no, it's y'all want for me to be homeless. So, I mean, it's like people are brain dead and don't give a damn. They don't really care. So, I'm, off the streets for another month. I mean, for an additional month. And, so as I said, the fake Darnell Williams perp, making threats. And he stalks and watch everything. And y'all keep on saying just ignore him. But he's been a creepy stalker that's been stalking me for over a year. And I don't even know. I mean, he's the type of person that you couldn't trust to be around. He might be a serial killer, a murderer, a pedo, or whatever else. He's definitely made failed attempts at trying to sex traffic me and act like he delusionally believes that he owns me. He even said, "We own you." Who is we? You're not by yourself. Who is we? So, if he's been this creepy, weird stalker with multiple personalities, but then at the same time lying to everybody saying Candy has mental issues. So, I mean, as I said, I can't even go to any police or anything like that. Targets can't even go to the police. The police officer probably might become targeted himself or lose his job or even his life if he went, to bat for, if he went to bat for and defended a targeted individual, you know, he might be risking his life. But it's hard to find a good cop. Or some of them pretend like they're do-gooders or manipulate you to think that they would do something. As y'all saw last Saturday, the police officer, the sheriff, was the sheriff's department or whatever. That guy was gaslighting me. And he lied and said that he tried to argue me that man did not threaten me. I'm talking about because you didn't know what he said, therefore he did not threaten you. He threatened me under his breath, and that music was so loud. And the music was so loud that I couldn't hear everything he said. But so it's like they did a lot of gaslighting, and he did the fake officer did a lot of gaslighting and try to tell me what rights the perp had. You in on it too. So I forgot the police officer's name, but he looked like he was he looked like he was younger than me. And he had a canine dog in the back of the sheriff's SUV. So so the police was hell bent on wanting to. He already had his mind made up on whose side to defend. But yes, the guy did make threats at me more than once, saying stuff underneath his breath, and he already was hostile and abusive, and acting belligerent and acting just a total asshole. He was showing off and acting mentally deranged himself. That perp from last Saturday. So, if the fake Darnell Williams perp, if he's slandering me on a Facebook community post of this city and making everybody act out towards me and treat me a certain way while he kicked back and laughs. And then the fake Darnell Williams perp, he came on my Twitter and he said, well, why do you always mention race when talking about people? It ain't your business. But all I know is you need to stop being a white boy trying to pose as a black boy. I know that much. You trying to pretend to fake pose as a black man. Now you tell me why you don't, like, why do you keep doing that, and why won't you reveal your real face and name and stop being a coward? You think it's funny to just troll and fuck with somebody over the internet and harass the shit out of people. And that's all kinds of fucking illegal. But it's going to be funny until you end up suffering consequences. I have at least a year. I have over a year of paper trail of evidence of, your harassment and stalking and whatever weirdness that you're doing. So, that's what they do. They fuck with you and harass you and dare you to eat. They don't even want you to mention their dirty deeds. Like abusive, narcissistic, fake TI perps and regular perps. They dare you to mention their dirty deeds or the abuse that they inflicted on you. So it's like they dare you. So I mean, I went to Dollar General and did what I did, and this morning after paying the rent, I was like, and going to the post office and excuse me, so I bought a little bit more food today, but I had less food than I thought I had. So I had less food than I thought I had. So now I have absolutely no meat in the house. And I bought a half gallon of milk the other day. And I bought some cereal today that was supposedly 2 for $6. I still have some farina left over. And I do have meat. One small pack it comes two in a pack and 5 packages. I mean 2 in a package and 5 in one box. But I have 2 small of those Jimmy Dean biscuits, sausage biscuits. I shouldn't eat those. But I have two like small biscuits in 1 pack out of 5 packs, which would have been 10. I ate the other packs the past couple of days, and I didn't have any biscuits today. I had cereal, like I had the cinnamon flavored Life cereal, and I bought some cinnamon roll flavored frosted mini wheats. I never tried that flavor before, but so it's like I shouldn't even be eating, but it's a block away, and I need to make a transportation appointment to go to the grocery store. I don't know if or when next week if I can go grocery shopping to get me some healthier food. So this morning for breakfast I had like a bowl of the cinnamon Life cereal, and I had some I had some I had cereal with milk, and I had like 2 small things of applesauce. It's unsweetened applesauce. I don't like sweetened applesauce with that high fructose corn syrup. I like unsweetened applesauce better. So I had some, applesauce and cereal and milk, and I had the last little bit of the orange juice. And that was probably after 11:15 in the morning, and that was the first time I ate anything today. And then, um, so I ran the errands, and then I, got everything straightened out at Dollar General. I got my money back, and then I came back here and uploading videos, and it took me a couple of hours. It took me a while to upload videos, and then after that, um, I think it was after 4:30. I took a small nap. For it was less than an hour, the nap that I took, and then I I organized a few things, and I took out the trash, and I took out the trash, and and so later on, it was too late to be called lunch, but I think it was after 6:30 sometime that I had some cinnamon graham crackers with peanut butter and the last of those fish patties, fish fillet fish patties. And and I tried to have one of the ice creams that I bought the other day, but it tasted like it was no good, and I gagged on it, and I couldn't eat it. I couldn't get myself to eat it, so I had to waste $4. I had to throw it away because it was no good. It was extremely soft, and I don't even know if I could have or would have gotten food poisoning. But all I took was like, I didn't even swallow a whole bite. I just, like, the moment I licked it with my tongue, I just gagged on it and just couldn't eat it. And less than 5 minutes later, I had to go make some doggone like diarrhea. Sorry for TMI. So I had to use the bathroom, and then I had to use the bathroom. I had to, and then I wasn't gonna take the bentonite clay today. I was gonna try to back off some, but since that incident happened, I took the clay to stay on the safe side. So so I wouldn't get like food poisoning or anything like that. Just to stay on the safe side. Excuse me. So then I was debating on whether or not to go, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to Dairy Queen or if I wanted to go to 7-Eleven. I wasn't sure if Dollar General closed at 9 or 10 o'clock or what time they closed. But I figured I went there already earlier today. So I figured, let me try to go somewhere different. So I went to the 7-Eleven. I went to the 7-Eleven. So I think I went too late because the taco bar was done away with. They didn't have any pizza. And some of the other hot food, they had, certain items that they didn't have, but they had some left. But I got me a Mexican carnita torta. And I got me a bag of chips and another thing of ice cream. And I told myself I need to stop eating like this. I really need to stop eating like this. Feeling depressed and being caused anxiety, from the gang stalking, with them messing with my mental health. I'm not mentally ill, but y'all are messing with my mental health. And it's been like that from early childhood with the abuse and being bullied and everything else. It will cause anybody depression. To be singled out, hated, treated mean for no reason. So I guess the healthiest thing I freaking had today was maybe the orange juice. And it was Tropicana, so I doubt that was even healthy, even though it said non-GMO project verified. But the Mexican torta, the Mexican sandwich is like a torta, It's like a Mexican hot submarine sandwich. So that's what a torta is, like a Mexican hot sandwich. Like heated hot, not spicy hot, but heated hot. So that torta was like, it had beans, cheese, and pork. And it was salty. It was extremely salty. So I was like feeling depressed. I ate the whole doggone pint of freaking ice cream. The other one, not the old one, but the other one. And so and I had, the chips were extremely hard, crunchy kettle chips, I guess. But yeah, I guess I'll just try to, like, tomorrow and Sunday, excuse me, to try to not eat out or spend any money and just try to eat what's in here. I guess I'll have to just not have meat tomorrow and Sunday. So I guess I'll just I guess I'll just I guess I'll, like, tomorrow for breakfast, I guess I'll have, cereal and milk. And maybe tomorrow I can have is it on? Oh, it's already 12:06 a.m. on Saturday, May 6, 2023. So, later on today, I guess I'll have later on today I will have some cereal and milk and those other eggs for breakfast, cereal and milk and those other eggs. And then for dinner, I don't know if I should do lunch and dinner, but I know I would be hungry. Have, leftover beans and rice that's in the freezer. And, then Sunday, I guess I'll have the last of the, what do you call that? Those Jimmy Dean sausages and cereal and milk. I mean, the Jimmy Dean sausages with some honey on it, and then some cereal and milk, and then beans and rice. But I guess I can also have some more peanut butter on crackers tomorrow and Sunday too. So I guess that's my way of surviving, for the next couple of days. And then I didn't get to do it earlier, but I didn't realize I had less food than I thought I had. But I need to do some real grocery shopping with the money I have left over. And I wish I I heard it's good to have like a what they call it, cold press masticating juicer, or a Vitamix. But I could never afford any of those things. But like a Ninja, like a blender or something. But because I heard that if you get like one of those $20 blenders, I heard that if you get one of those kinds of blenders, then or certain juicers, it kills, like it heats up and kills the nutrients. So if you wanted to retain the nutrients, then they said it takes longer, but if you want it like a cold pressed masticating, meaning chewing, juicer, or a healthy blender or whatever to improve your health. But yeah, I heard that those $20 blenders, I heard you might as well cook. I heard you might as well cook the fruit and vegetables, and you won't even get any like your optimal nutrition or your vitamins and stuff like that. So the perks, it's like, I feel like damned if I do, damned if I don't. If the perks was shun me, they try to control me. So if they shun me for eating junk food, but then they'll shun me for eating healthy as well. How do you shun me for eating junk food, but then try to think you got the authority to dictate that I should eat the dollar menu? And then you talk about me being fat and greedy. I'm an adult, and y'all need to back off and mind your business and leave me alone. So, so online this morning, I woke up to a comment on TikTok under a comment that I made on somebody's comment. Somebody commented below me when I said that 24-year-old white boy, that he did what he did, that he took it upon himself to play police, basically, because he's a narcissistic abuser. So another narc meddled in and said, I suggest you take this down before you get sued for libel. Well, if that has like thousands of comments, in the comment section, what's the likelihood of that guy finding me and coming to sue me for libel? And you just want an excuse to glorify him as a fucking hero. He's like, you call a murderer a hero? So yeah, you want to, but y'all have no problem slandering a deceased black man who can't even, he's no longer alive to fend for himself, but people are lying on him and slandering him left and right. But I'm seeing a lot of racism shoot through the roof about this black guy, that everybody's glad to put this so-called animal away, that they're glad to put him to sleep, or glad to get rid of such vermin. They said it all. This guy had just got murdered. That Jordan Neely person got murdered. And it's okay for y'all to badmouth and talk about him. But that was a narcissistic abuser who commented under my comment and said, I suggest you delete this comment. You could be sued for libel. What's the fucking truth? He is a narc, and so are you. And bitch, I want you to fucking come and sue me for libel. And I blocked your ass on TikTok. I blocked you. Everybody gonna say what the fuck they're gonna say about this, but I know he was just justifying. He was just, wanting to justify defending a criminal murderer. Now, let me tell you something about Jordan Neely. What that white boy did, if that was another fellow homeless black person who did exactly what that former Marine did, would people be saying the same thing? And I think that, and if it was a fellow black homeless person that did that to him, I don't think that fellow black homeless person would have got away with it either. Like this guy is getting away with it. And then people want to pretend to fake defend and argue that, oh, he didn't intend to kill him. This was a blood sacrifice ritual. Or, as I said, it could have been a psyop. Psyop distraction. Possibly. And so if they want to say, well, he assaulted a 67-year-old elderly woman. She was probably taunting and harassing him too. Maybe. I don't know. But that's what they, like, they did it to my brother Sean. They did it to me and still do it to me. And they probably still do it to Sean. We don't really try to go and bother people out in society. But we don't try to go and bother people out in society, but people always bully, harass, and laugh at us, and use our suffering for entertainment. YouTube wrongfully took down my video that said, I did a video post that said doing stuff on purpose just to make people mad equals perping. And they wrongfully took that video down, along with the other over 30 videos on my main Target About a Psych World channel. So, um, so yeah, earlier in my earlier video, I forgot to mention that what happened with that TikTok comment earlier. So I want to show y'all some. I'm 39 years old and look at my skin. Like old people. I know. So, dang. Well, as long as I can't get a job, food stamps will at least 100 or 150 minimum of food stamps will be a nice, great, big help. But, excuse me, you shun me for applying for food stamps. You shun me for not having food stamps. And this is the longest that it has taken. You know, it seems like when you apply for food stamps, usually somebody would get back to you like within a couple of days. But I saw a website that said it takes at about 30 days for somebody to even reply back to you and try to process your food stamp application. So it's taking long. So now I have under $200 in my bank account. Can't get a job. And the perps treat me like they treat me like I'm murdering somebody when I try to write a short story on ebook. There's fake abusive narcissistic fake outcry, you know, and then they always act like as if everything I do or say is some kind of shock value. And they ought to be used to me now. But they have not given up on trying to control me. But that's very evil and wicked to basically stop somebody from trying to earn a living. And then, you know, according to the abusive narcissistic gang stalking cult, you know, I get criminalized for doing stuff that people do every day. They criminalize me eating. They criminalize me wanting a car or wishing I had a brand new car or the car of my dreams or something like that. Religious narcs would damn me to hell and call me covetous for saying that, you know, a 2023 purple, you know, SUV or whatever, that for me to desire that oh, you're going to go to hell for covetousness. But what if, but I'm being blocked from working for something like that. So, you know, at the moment I think it's $188 or something left over in my account. And so, until or unless I get food stamps, I'm, you know, as I said, I will try to, you know, earn money. And earn a living writing or earn some money writing, and people try to control, the perps don't care about me, but they want to try to control my writing, and they want to shame me for everything. And, they don't want to allow me to earn a living by writing. But it's like I see other ways of people making money, and it's considered earning money. And it's like, well, how come other people can get away with how come they can do this? If it's considered a job for you to do YouTube videos, just if you do a YouTube video and trying out different restaurants, if you just go to a restaurant and pay $7.39 for lunch and sit in your car and eat it, you get praised for it. Nobody's going to tell you get off YouTube and go get a real job. But they try to invalidate my hard work as best as, remember, I'm a 2-time stroke survivor. And I'm disabled. So, my hard-earned work from writing, y'all trying to make it like it's not worthy to deserve any recognition at all because you personally don't like me and you're an abusive, narcissistic gang stalker, and jealousy is the root behind why y'all why y'all hate me. Jealousy. It's y'all jealous. Jealous sex traffickers. So, if the perps, and I'm going to say it again, the fake Darnell Williams perp, when he harassed me, he asked me every fucking day, did you go apply for any jobs today? Which covertly translates to, did you think about becoming a perp today? So, as I said, you bragging about calling up Dollar General and getting the names of the managers and everything. You making, how could I get a job to work there if you want to have somebody banned? How can I get any job and you're making threats to have me back homeless again? Having no address and being homeless make it harder to get a job. So if y'all brag about having me banned from all these places, it's impossible for me to get a job anywhere. So some people say that Texas is a state where they have something about cottage laws. If you can make a living with baking things or making things, but where I'm living at, I don't know if it's possible to have a business, baking things in a toaster oven. Or, I'm trying to figure out what could I do. What are things that I can do where I can earn a living without having to where I can be totally self-sufficient. Because I'm off the streets, but finances will be extremely tight. So I have to stay here all day, every Saturday and Sunday, unless it would cost me between maybe $80 and $100 round trip for Uber transportation. Or nights and weekends I can't go anywhere. I gotta be, trapped here. And I don't really have that much transportation freedom. But I'm thankful and glad to be off the streets and not homeless. But, I wish I had more mobility and transportation. I wish I had a car. And I heard that I think I heard that they said like over 80 something or over 90 something percent of people here in this small town, that almost everybody has a job and a car. So I need to find a way. As I said, I've been trying, and the fake Darnell Williams perk, he successfully sabotaged my requests on TikTok for trying to ask for help. And he manipulated and turned everybody against me. At first, people were going to support and said boosting for help. And my stuff started to blow up, but he put an end to it and lied on me and smear campaign and had everybody manipulated and turned everybody against me and used the smear campaign videos from that fake account called Menace to Pensacola. Y'all only showed just like the news took Jordan Neely and put him in a bad light to manipulate everybody to think that he deserved to get killed or he's such a horrible bad monster. That's how they doing to me. So I guess tomorrow, by me not having meat to eat tomorrow, my body probably gonna feel weak. I tried that raw vegan diet. It started. I guess I call myself eating vegan before I left Denton, Texas, and when I started waking up to the truth about everything. And then I heard about raw veganism. And I did not know that veganism and vegetarianism is new age doctrines of devils that the Bible talks about. So, but as far as fasting goes, a religious, narcissistic, fake T.I. perp, that pretended to be a fake friend, he re-traumatized me all over again. After I started to heal from what Lisa Ruby and Tracy Broadhurst did to me. So now it's like I'm re-traumatized all over again and don't even, I'm still feel like I'm not ready to, try to do like biblical fasting. I tried it before, but that's very cruel to use the Bible to manipulate and abuse somebody. And, manipulate and play games. So, you know, I mean, I would like to get back into taking walks and listening to my favorite Christian songs again. You know, or like walking for exercise and listening to music uninterrupted, you know, while I'm walking for exercise. But like when I was in Greenville, South Carolina, and the food stamps was $15 a month. But my rent was 100 or something on Section 8, and I had a 2-bedroom, and we couldn't find couldn't find a couldn't find a 1-bedroom, so they let us have a 2-bedroom for the price of a 1-bedroom on Section 8. But it still felt like a 1-bedroom. So like here it's a 2-bedroom, but the price of a 1-bedroom, because I think they said that they didn't have. I could be wrong, but I think I remember being told that they really didn't have 1-bedroom available or something. So, so this is like a 2-bedroom right here. So, so I mean, excuse me. So it's a 2-bedroom. So, but the home was, I mean, I was able to survive because I was homeless for a moment, you know, and almost, I mean, they criminalized homelessness in Greenville, South Carolina, where it's supposed to be the Bible Belt. So I think, was that Gavin Long that was the Baton Rouge mass shooter that shot and killed police or something? After that, they had fake police officers in Greenville, South Carolina, pretend to flaunt off doing fake good deeds for homeless people. I don't know if they said Gavin Long or whoever that was, the Baton Rouge shooter, was a targeted individual. Was it him or was it Aaron Alexis? I got them mixed up. But I heard something about a homeless mass shooter. I could be getting the information mixed up, but the police pretended to do fake good deeds and try to pretend to fake help stroll a wheelchair homeless amputee across the street and stuff like that. Cause your ass is fucking scared now. So excuse me. So so I mean, you scared. And that's why you did that. And then you want to pretend to fake show off and pretend to be a fake hero, while in Greenville, South Carolina, they were jailing homeless people left and right. And they wanted homeless people to go live out in the woods somewhere and be out of sight. To exist is a crime. And your home, to exist as a homeless person, you get criminalized. And then you get criminalized for helping the homeless. Just like you get devoured and attacked for helping a targeted individual, whether you're homeless or not. So a lot of homeless people get harassed. And they call you like a vagrant or a transient, a nomad. Unless you're rich, then being a nomad, you get glorified. So but it's a shame. And the Bible said the poor will be with you always. So, I mean, so it's like when I was living in Greenville, South Carolina, I don't think I would do it every day, but the fake Salvation Army was like right around the corner, and if I wanted to, I could go eat there. My electricity bill was crazy high from Duke Energy, and I used to love to go shop at Ingles grocery store and Swamp Rabbit Cafe. Those were my two favorite places to go shop at in Greenville, South Carolina. And I used to like on Saturday or Sunday going down to Falls Park. Um, and I used to like I didn't realize I was being tortured with the directed energy weapons. But after dealing with Lisa Ruby's abuse, I ended up gaining the most I ever gained in weight in my life, 320 pounds. And I wasn't even on psych medications. I was 320 pounds. My twin sister outweighed me. I think she was like 324. So she would allow perks to call me fat and greedy and everything. But how did she get so fat? So I wish that we could have been doing things together and being supportive of each other. And, if we could put our differences aside and, band together, but it seems hopeless for that to ever happen as long as, she's programmed to be a perp and she's in that cult. And they brainwash her to think she's better than me. But I hate all the challenges and competition that she wanted to always create because they always compared us and, but it seemed like she always wanted competition and selfishness, as long as she made me suffer so she didn't have to suffer. So, but then she pretend like she's the victim and reverse everything and make it like as if I'm the one who's jealous and competitive. But so back to my weight. So when I was in Greenville, South Carolina, they also had that place at the Salvation Army shelter where some people said one sweet item a day, which was expired food, expired desserts and breads and stuff from Publix that the store, the leftover leftover breads, cakes, pies from Publix. I used to be able to eat that for free. I didn't have to pay for that. And outdoor homeless soup kitchens. I would be no longer homeless, but they would invite me to go and eat there, and that helped me to survive. But, I was trying to change my eating and I lost from 320 pounds down to 275. And from 320 to 275. And I ended up in an emergency room with them torturing me with directed energy weapons really bad, that it was killing me and it was making me more depressed. And then my biological cousin Blake got shot and killed. So I hated it there and would never want to go back. But I really miss Ingalls and I miss Swamp Rabbit Cafe and Grocery. I love those places. Excuse me. So for a few days or a couple of days, I was homeless on the streets in Greenville, South Carolina. And I had to panhandle after dealing with Lisa Ruby. And they had this abusive, narcissistic, fake couple that tried to control me. And they were homeless on the streets. Or the lady was telling me that has a place to live, but scared to live there. And there was a lady in New Orleans that was talking about people being part of a network, but she acted like a narcissistic, control freak, fake T.I. Perk. But I wish I would have known that. I wish I would have thought of, to match up what she's saying. Oh, they're part of a network. She kept on saying that, they're part of a network. You see them? They're part of a network. Gang stalking network? So this lady named Sabrina, she supposedly had a place to live, but claimed that she was too scared to be in her house. So she would live like a homeless somebody that's homeless on the streets. And, and I wish I would have thought of to, if I would have ended up, keep my Section 8, but they were perping and abusing me so bad that I could not even go home. That, they successfully ran me off from my Section 8 housing and ran me off from my place to live and forced me to end up having to be homeless. But I heard that in Jefferson, Shrewsbury, part of New Orleans, that Jefferson, that there was like an organized drug trafficking ring. And they have, like, your neighbors across the street look so rich. While I'm sitting here, Section 8, fixed income, poor, and being heavily targeted. I had a place to live, and I was weeks of sleep deprived. To the point where it would put me in a hospital. That was also very depressing. So, when I was living in Greenville, South Carolina, I think it was in 2017, I started off walking like 10 minutes a day. Then it got to 20 minutes a day, then like 30 minutes a day. And then I remember eating much healthier. I used to be able to get the deals at the farmer's market where they had like market match. And you can triple your dollars or double your dollars, at the farmer's market. And, try to eat healthier and more organic. I don't remember how long it took me, but it didn't take me a whole lot of long to lose from 320 pounds to 275. And so now, then I had like in 2017, it wasn't until after I moved into that apartment or whatever, house, whatever, fourplex apartment housing or whatever with the Section 8 in Jefferson, Shrewsbury. Then I started to get bad acid reflux. I would have violent acid reflux. And other targeted individuals, even the skinny ones who claim that they eat organic, they would have said that their organs would be squishing or frying, or if they would have fluid retention, or if they had like now they're trying to make my organs hurt right now the moment I mention it. And they would say that they had acid reflux as well. So excuse me. So then so I was battling acid reflux. I mean, when I was in Greenville, South Carolina, I had sciatica, and I was sleep deprived really bad. They tried to falsely diagnose me with anxiety. When I was back in my hometown, New Orleans, they tried to force me to take medicine that I didn't want to take for the acid reflux, and eventually it went away. So I ended up eating healthier. I was getting almost like $194 in food stamps. I was eating healthier, and it's fair to say that right when I became homeless in 2018, I was looking good. I was slimmer. My hair was trying to grow out some. I mean, it was growing out some, and all those Grand Canyon pictures stolen, gone. I mean, I don't remember if I had videos, but I do remember I had pictures at the Grand Canyon when I worked there. And, you know, as I said, I was the skinniest I've ever been as an adult. But then when I got to the Grand Canyon, I got spoiled with the all-you-can-eat. And I guess eating, but I got down to 192 pounds. No, actually in 2019, I had gotten down to 192 pounds and quickly gained up to 220. But before Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, my weight was always in between 220 and 240. Never over 240. But after Hurricane Katrina, for many years, I was always in between 240 and 275. And in Los Angeles, I could never get below 240. But it seems like organic, healthy eating plus detoxing plus lots of walking really helped me take the weight off. Kind of rapidly also, But that was miraculous. I mean, for the first time in my adulthood life of being under 200 pounds. But when I, like, my weight was no higher than 175 when I was in foster care. I would be like, well, before my senior year in high school, I was no more than 150. But I was 17 years old and forced on that Risperdal. I weighed between 150 and 170 and was gaining and gaining and gaining more weight from the psychiatric medication. So I was going to Nichols, going to college, and couldn't be under 200 pounds. And I gained 30 pounds instead of the freshman 15. 30 pounds in one semester due to trazodone psychiatric medication. And y'all calling me fat and gritty and want me on more medication. So yeah, at the Grand Canyon, I was spoiled with all you can eat. And then, being homeless, eating out and stuff, I ended up gaining more weight. But once I got to Pensacola, I ended up gaining even more weight. But for a long time, my weight had been between 250 and 280. But shortly before I left Cincinnati, I weighed myself, and I guess I weighed 277. And it's like, I'm almost 300 pounds. And I see, like, my face is big and fat. And the fake Darnell Williams, he showed that fake picture of me. And it's like, wow, I'm fatter than I thought. So I'm, sitting here and, like, trying to get adjusted. Like, this first month, I'm sitting here feeling anxiety because of all the harassment and abuse and the perping. And couldn't even rest. So now I guess I'm settled. I can be here another month. Next week. Excuse me. This coming week, I would like to go to the grocery store and, buy healthier, more nutritious foods. But I'm not I'm not lazy, but I'm not psychologically, mentally, and emotionally ready to be out in public trying to go for walks for exercise. And then I can't even go for walks because of the gang stalking being too bad. So having to just stay up in here, and try to just get as much mind rest and peace and quiet as much as I try, as much as possible. So, being homeless, I couldn't have that much of a choice to eat what I wanted to, but in Pensacola, it seems like as if to have like a smoothie, it seemed like it was a rare treat to get to have a smoothie or some healthy green juice, or to have an acai bowl or something like that. But if I can get back into walking for exercise, and I heard that this company has like a free gym. They have a free gym, but I don't know yet where it is. They have a walking trail and a free gym. So, And they have certain amenities here. I wish they had a pool or a lake that we could swim in. They have a splash pad for kids, but ain't nothing for the grown folks or all ages for something for us to swim or get cool. So I don't have the transportation. Somebody asked me, if I would, why don't I go back to getting to swim again? Well, I don't have the transportation. And I heard that there's one or two pool facilities in mainland Victoria, and I heard that the service is really bad. That those pools suck. But excuse me, but they have a lot of nature. But I don't have a car or transportation to drive to like state parks, beaches, lakes. What do you call that? Hot springs, like natural bodies of water or swimming holes. So, I wish I could venture out, and I wish I had a vehicle. I wish I could venture out and to be driving wherever I would want to go, and have more job opportunities. But it's like another form of shackles, restraint, imprisonment that y'all are stopping me from surviving. And the fake TI perps get jealous like the regular perps and don't want you to survive. And they be hating. So, after I got to Jefferson, Shrewsbury, part of New Orleans in 2017 and 2018, I was taking daily walks. I think it was every single day. I don't even think I took breaks. Maybe I took some breaks, but and I was, I guess, lessening my sugar to eat and portioning my foods, what I wanted to eat. So, and I will never forget though. I wasn't even trying to celebrate Valentine's Day, but Valentine's Day 2018, I think I made the best pasta dish that I ever made though. It was like some kind of I think I added some cheese maybe. And I had some scallops and angel hair pasta. I don't remember how I even did it. But it was scallops and angel hair pasta, and I think it had some cheese in it, and it might have had some vegetables in it. And I wish I would have wrote down a recipe. And it had some butternut squash spaghetti sauce that I got from, I think it was called the Salvage Store in Elmwood or Harahan, part of New Orleans. That's over there, yeah. So that Salvage Store, yeah, they had the best. I never had that before. Butternut squash pasta sauce. Oh, it was so good. And I think, I don't remember if I think I did add some cheese, but it was off the rock. It was so like, wow, just wow. I think that might be the best dish I ever made. And I don't know, I don't think I shared it with the family though. But they probably wouldn't have wanted it anyway. They closed-minded. So, then I went back to like taking hour-long walks. And after taking hour-long walks, then I started to increase the time. And so before I became homeless, or before the harassment got too bad, I was taking and when I wasn't working at the zoo and stuff, I was walking like 3 hours a day. And then when I got the zoo job, I was walking I had to get off the streetcar and then walk half of the walking trail and then go to work. And that took like maybe 20 minutes to a half hour. And then after I came from work, I had to walk through Audubon Park again and take the streetcar and then transfer to the bus and then go home. But yeah, so I had transferred my Section 8 to Gretna and got me a place in Gretna, and only stayed there for a month before if everything sealed the deal for me to finally end up being homeless. Because I move to a different place and it's the same problem but different people. So I've been kind of scared for my health lately and feel like I know I gotta do better. So but I ate this, a few hours earlier, or a couple of hours earlier. I think I scared myself. As I said, y'all making me feel extremely depressed with the gang stalking activities is ruining my mental health. And me not having any emotional support or closure and have to just deal with this on my own, and saying shut up and ignore, that's not comforting. And the perks, it's like my TikTok, I'd be lucky if I get 4 views on my videos. So it's 1:05 a.m. in the morning, and I need to train myself to be, I don't know how I can do it, but trying to go to bed earlier and wake up earlier. But I guess my mind and my body is so trained up on going to sleep at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and then waking up later. But I would like to try to go to bed at 10, or maybe between 10 and 11, if I can train myself to do that, But so later on today, I don't have the guts I'm not psychologically, mentally, and emotionally ready to do fasting, and I'm not ready. Oh, and spiritually, I'm not ready to do fasting and stuff. But, physically I can go take a walk, but me just trying to get some peace from the gang stalking, I'm not ready. Mentally, psychologically, and emotionally, maybe spiritually also, I'm not ready to try to go take walks without, I can't go for walks without the harassment and perping. But I would like to walk around and try to explore the city. I'm not, so um, if you see a perp with obvious one headlight, and for me to expose them as a gang stalker, and I'm recording them, they make it like as if I'm the deranged, weird freak. That I'm the deranged, weird freak. But y'all are okay with trafficking people. And I heard that gang stalkers make a lot of money off of us targets. And people say that there's always money to be made. Well, that's our tax dollars at work, right? So, it would be lovely if I can go take a walk. But I don't think I can. I mean, it's been a while, but me being homeless on the streets in Pensacola, I would do a lot of walking. Not for really exercise, but exercise comes with it. But it would be for transportation. Having to walk, 30 minutes from the sleep spot to a restaurant. Or walk 45 minutes to Publix. So, yeah, I mean, so yeah, they are freezing my phone. So, I mean, now that I'm settled, I don't have, a whole lot of money to get to eat healthy, but I want to improve my health and try to feel better. I don't want to be living off of corn dogs and burritos and Jimmy Dean's sausage biscuit sandwiches and Bluebell ice cream, even though Bluebell ice cream tastes good. And I don't want to be living off no Dairy Queen, Dollar General food. I would like to have something more nutritious. Like, I think it wasn't today, but it was yesterday, I think it was. I woke up, my whole entire body was aching, like my body was hurting. And so, I would like to improve my health and try to live, try to survive, and try to make a living. I'm debating on whether or not to try to go for a walk, but maybe if I can try to walk for 30 minutes to an hour, but I don't have the guts to do it because of the gang stalking. I'm not lazy or too lazy and just want to sit up all day, but I figured there got to be more to life than just, suffering homelessness on the streets, or it's got to be more to life than just laying up in a house on your phone all day, on social media all day. There's got to be more to life, and and it's already a small little town where I don't get to have that much mobility. But in the meantime, if my sleep goes great, I got dishes to wash. Wash some dishes, and wash some dishes, and also me trying to wash the dishes, and if I'm mentally ready, maybe go for a walk. And another thing that keep me inside is the gross, nasty, satanic, evil flies, gnats, roaches. I mean the flies and gnats, mosquitoes, whatever outside. So I hate the flies to touch me. So that's another reason why, like, ever since I was a little kid, I never liked to be outside. I hated being at the park. In my hometown, New Orleans, I hated being at the park. I hated being outside. But I heard that it's good for your health to be outside and get into natural vitamin D sunlight. But, you know, so I'm going to go for now. It's 1:13 a.m. in the morning. I just swipe down and see what time it is. My phone battery is at 28%. So I'm debating on whether or not to go for a walk, but I don't know. I'll see. But I would like to work on some writing today, like some short stories or something. But before I go though, people, they were saying that Jordan nearly deserved to die or deserved to be killed, which he didn't. And they were saying stuff like "rest in piss," not "rest in peace," but "rest in piss." And they would call him all kinds of. They would call him a freak and a weirdo and crazy and violent and a monster and all those things. And I'm like, he's getting so much hate, undeserved hate. But I'm glad they got some people who got his back.